Hello friends, welcome back to Ouroboros Tarot. So today's reading is looking into what it is that your person desires with you. And before we get started, I just wanted to offer like a little bit of a trigger warning. I definitely don't ever want to lie about what I'm seeing in the cards. So if you aren't necessarily ready to hear anything besides what it is that you want to hear, then perhaps now is not the time to watch this video. And also, there might not be a message for you in this reading. These were really specific messages this time around. So if nothing resonates, that's okay. And there just wasn't a message for you this time. But that's basically what I have to say. So let's go ahead and get on into it. I have 4 piles for you guys to choose from. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Go ahead and pause this video if you need to. Take as much time as you need to find the pile that sits right with your energy, as well as with your person's, and I will see you in a minute. Hello, pile 1. So today's pick a card reading is looking into what it is that the person on your mind is wanting with you. And to start with our oracles, we're going to go ahead and look into what the current energy is between the two of you. It'll just give me a better understanding of what's going on, where you guys are at, as well as help you decide whether or not this is in fact your pile. So when it comes to what the current energies that are going on between the two of you are, we have Pentacles, number 62, attention to detail, number 48, poised, another 48, puppet. We also have number 45, new moon, and the eternal child. Okay, so pile 1, I would say that currently what's going on between the two of you is probably like a separation of some kind, or a space of some kind, in which the two of you are both trying to level up, trying to become better versions of yourself. Like I get the feeling with puppet here, there's this element of like cutting ties, like not wanting to be attached to one another, or feeling as though perhaps in the past there was too much pressure on one of you when it came to this connection, and feeling as though perhaps like you were manipulated, or if not manipulated, at least there were expectations that one of you or both of you couldn't handle, or you're both looking at your own attachments and realizing that perhaps like this isn't the best for the two of you currently. There's just an element here of severing ties with this puppet. And with new moon, I see it again. New moon is all about release. It's all about new opportunity. And what I'm picking up on is that there's like this element of the both of you really focusing on yourselves currently, and really paying attention to the areas in which you feel as though you need to work on. So for some of you, it might be that you feel as though you really want to better yourselves for this connection in the future, and your person could be feeling that way. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, like both of you are currently trying to just kind of self-soothe and make yourselves feel better, remind yourselves of your self-worth, remind yourself of the joys in life. Like it feels like there's a healing phase going on right now, and you're preparing for something new. And it could be that the both of you are preparing to try to come back into this connection, but for some of you it could be just preparing for a clean slate in which you have learned the lessons and the cycle is complete, and you both want to move forward. With Pentacles here, I would say that there's an element of like wanting to become healthier, like both mentally and perhaps physically. It just seems like the both of you are trying to go through a glow up, and find happiness again after this separation. But yeah, so if that is resonating for you, when it comes to what your energies currently are, Let's go ahead and get into tarot and see what comes through for what it is that they are hoping will happen, what it is that they want between the two of you. Okay, what is it that pile one's person wants with pile one? What do they desire with pile one? Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Page of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the World. Why is the Knight of Wands here? Why is the Knight of Wands here? Okay, we have the Emperor and we have the Ten of Cups. Why is the Hanged Man here? Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. Why is the Page of Cups here? We have the Moon. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? Oh, okay, we have the Six of Wands and the King of Wands. And then why is the World here? Okay, that's too many. I'm gonna go ahead and... it's way too many. The Three of Pentacles. And then on the back of the deck, we have Temperance. Okay. So what is it that your person, the person on your mind, is currently wanting with you, is hoping will happen? What are they desiring with you? So I get the feeling that they are really still wanting space. Like there's an element here with the Hanged Man and the Ace of Swords of them needing their space from you, of them needing time to really gain clarity, insight, awareness into themselves, into how they can perhaps solve the problem or the issues that you two have at hand. And they don't necessarily feel, I don't feel like they have the clarity they need right now. And I see it with the Page of Cups and the Moon. I see them wanting to come forward with an emotional offer of some kind, perhaps an apology or communication of some kind. But with the Moon here, it's like they're recognizing that they're not seeing things clearly right now. And I see a desire to be able to understand better what has gone on, but there's a lot of fear here. Like, I kind of get the feeling that your person is really focusing on bettering themselves in more so of like they're bettering themselves when it comes to how they will feel good about themselves, if that makes sense. Like, so perhaps they're eating better or they're working out, things where physically they're going to feel better. Physically, they're going to feel more confident. And that's one example, but like they're definitely doing this, I think, for themselves rather than for this connection right now, because what I'm sensing with this Moon and the Page of Cups is that if they were to actually do the work that they need to do on themselves when it comes to this connection, it would be a really scary and an uncomfortable process for them. Like, they don't want to accept those shadowy aspects of themselves. There's a lot of rejection here. Like, they're rejecting themselves. And until they can develop the courage in which to look at themselves and accept themselves for who they are, and then change the parts that aren't serving them, they don't see a route in which, like, they recognize that there's clarity that's needed before anything can happen, but they don't necessarily feel brave enough to do the work that's needed currently. But with the Page of Wands, or the Knight of Wands, the Emperor, and the Ten of Cups, what do they desire? They desire to be that confident person. They desire to be that person who takes charge, who goes after what it is that they want, and what it is that they want is a happy love, like a happily ever after, like a reunion of some kind, a long-lasting friendship in the least. They definitely don't want this connection to be over. If they could have it their way, they would be the like knight in shining armor with all of the answers and all of the courage and skills and wisdom in order to make what it is that they want happen. We have the 8 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Like, all of this is telling me that one of the biggest things that your person wants is to feel confident and secure in themselves, like to feel like they have power, like they're empowered. I don't know if perhaps in the past this connection really kind of took a little bit of their confidence away, and perhaps it's because of their own poor behavior. But there's an element here of them, like the biggest takeaway I'm getting is that they want to feel worthy. They want to feel good about themselves. And so right now they're really focusing on themselves. And I think with time, that will transfer over into wanting to be a better partner, either to you or a better friend to you. And I see it with the World and the 3 of Pentacles. It's like they don't want whatever cycles you two have been going through to continue. And I get the feeling that part of why there's this separation now is because there needs to be closure in a certain cycle that has not been serving you. Like it could have been something toxic. It could have been something that was no longer there was just like an inability for the cycle for you two were in to head anywhere positive. And they want that cycle to close out so that something healthier can come in. And they're hoping that with time you two can work on things. There's definitely like peace here. This person wants peace with you. They don't want to hold on to resentment. They don't want you to view them in a negative way. They really want healing here for the both of you, is what I would say. Let's go ahead and see what else comes through. Let's see. What else does pile 1 need to know about this connection, this person? What else do they need to know? What else do they need to know about this connection, this person? Okay. So we have marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. We also have support. Lean on your inner circle during this time. What do they need to know about this person, about this connection? And we have unavailable. This person is unable to give you all you deserve. And boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Yeah, everything here is telling, this is confirming kind of what I was picking up on with the tarot, in the sense of this person is recognizing that they have a long way to go before they would actually be able to come forward without the cycle starting itself over. And so for boundaries here, this is indicative of this connection being where it needs to be currently, and allowing that space to happen. Because if space is provided for the both of you, good things are still possible for this connection, is what I'm seeing here with marriage. Like, I don't necessarily feel as though this card is a literal, like, I don't think it's literal marriage, but I do feel like a union or a reunion of some kind. Let's go ahead and get some channeled messages. What is it that they want to say? We have, I want you. I will wait for a sign from you. I want to tell you how I feel. And I regret lying to you. Okay, lastly, pile 1, I would like to go ahead and get you guys some advice. Let's see what advice comes through for you guys. What advice is there for pile 1 when it comes to their connection? Okay, we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. What advice is there? We have love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, which would include the time and space between the two of you currently, the accepting things as they are. Let's keep going. And obviously you should interpret this first and foremost as you would, because this is, you know your situation and yourself best. Sorry, someone just knocked on my door. What advice is there for pile 1 when it comes to their connection? We have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Okay. Well, pile 3, oh my goodness, pile 1, this is what I'm seeing for you today. I would love to hear about what's going on in your connection, what resonated in the comment section down below. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do so in my Etsy shop. The link is in my description box. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that you subscribe so that I'll have the chance to read for you again soon. Bye. Hello, pile 2. So today's pick a card reading is looking into what it is that they desire with you. And first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and look into what the current energies between the two of you are, just so that I have a better understanding of what's going on energetically, as well as you'll know whether or not this is your pile. So to start, we have fire and rain. We also have number 38, diverging interests. Number 32, here and now. Number 73, restlessness. The Father. And focus, number 24. Okay. So, pile 2, it feels like the two of you are not on the same page currently. It seems like one of you is really putting a lot of energy into this connection, whether or not that's like actual energy in terms of like being there for the other person and doing things for the other person, showing up in this connection, or it could just be that one of you is really putting energetic thought into this connection. And another person is focusing on something else entirely. Like it just feels like the two of you are not on the same page. And because of this, I get the feeling that this Father energy here, it's representative. It's kind of the same energy as fire and rain. Like it's opposing energies of like being present and being absent. And I get the feeling that one of you is wishing the other person would be more present or would be more interested in this connection, and they're simply not, or they're not at least showing up as somebody who is interested in this connection. Like I feel with diverging interests and restlessness here that there might be arguments about this, like there's certain expectations that aren't being met in this connection. Like one of you is not living up to the other person's expectations of what this connection means or what it looks like. Yeah, it just seems like the two of you are butting heads right now. And with restlessness here, I get the feeling that for at least one of you, the issues at hand are something that feel very urgent. But yeah, I'm getting like a push-pull kind of dynamic, or a runner-chaser kind of dynamic, or yeah, that's what I'm seeing, is like conflict. arguing perhaps, or distancing from one another. But if that resonates, let's go ahead and look into what it is that they are wanting. What is it that pile 2's person is wanting with pile 2? Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands. What is it that they're wanting with pile 2? What do they desire? Okay, so we have the 2 of Wands, the 2 of Swords, Justice, Judgment. What is it that they're desiring with pile 2? What do they want to have with pile 2? Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. Why is the 2 of Wands here? Okay, we have the 3 of Wands. Why is the 2 of Swords here? Okay, we have the Empress. Why is Justice here? The 9 of Swords. Why is Judgment here? The World. And why is the Page of Pentacles here? We have this, okay. We have the 7 of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Hermit. Okay. So now that I'm seeing this, I would say that it's probably you who is more concerned, or feels as though you are more concerned about this connection than the other person. It feels as though this person might be the runner, or the one who is like pushing, and you are the chaser, or the one that's like trying to hold on. And like I have to be honest with what I'm seeing here. And what I'm seeing is that what your gut is telling you energetically is genuinely what is happening here, is that this person is pulling away. I get the feeling with, like, so first of all, we have the Hermit here. Like, I get the feeling, and I felt it when I pulled the 2 of Swords, and then again with the Empress. It feels like this person like wants to be left alone currently, or wants to act on their selfishness and not be bothered with the consequences. Like, there's an element here with Justice and the 9 of Swords of them realizing that how they're behaving is not appropriate it's not appropriate treatment of another person. And they're recognizing that the right thing to do would be to either be honest or truthful, or do better, make things right in some sort of way. But I get the feeling that like they feel as though if they were to be honest, like then they wouldn't be able to have their cake and eat it too. There's a lot here indicating that this person wants to have their cake and eat it too. This person doesn't want to be questioned. This person doesn't want to face the drama that they themselves are creating, or to face the backlash, the conflict that they themselves are stirring. They don't want to take responsibility. Like, I get the feeling with Judgment in the World here that they know that like their judgment day is like inevitable, but like they're like trying to avoid it. There's something here with Judgment in the World that's telling me that they recognize that, like, once this day happens, once the truth is revealed, there's no returning, there's no going back. And I just feel like they're avoiding it. They're avoiding having like a difficult conversation or admitting fault to something, admitting that this, like, admitting something. With the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands, this is telling me that they understand that, like, a decision needs to be made. I get the feeling that, like, there might be a third party here. We have the Two of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. There's like a decision that needs to be made between two things. And this person doesn't want to have to choose. It seems like they're trying to balance two things. Like there's a lot here indicating like we have Justice with the scales, and then the Two of Pentacles is about balancing. And if you look at these girls, they're balancing on a tightrope. And if they were to fall, they would fall into this canyon, into this ravine. And I get the feeling that, like, they're very fearful of being caught. Like, they don't want to be caught. And the Page of Pentacles is telling me that there's like this aspect of them wanting to, like, this person's doesn't have, like, I'm like, look, like, there's no empathy here, or like no introspection. Like the Hermit is all about self-awareness and like owning up to things and introspection, but like nothing here is telling me that they want to be introspective. It's all about them. And like that's kind of the energy that I'm getting with this Hermit card, and then the Two of Swords and the Empress. It's like they don't, like, they're compartmentalizing, and they don't necessarily want to own up to their bad behavior or their poor behavior, their unpleasant behavior. Rather, they would like to develop skills in order to become better at hiding whatever it is that they want to hide, so that they can have more peace in their life while they balance whatever it is that's going on. So, I mean, like, it could be a third party situation with a person. This could be a situation in which they're lying about something else that could potentially affect this connection. This is something, obviously, with how the Oracle cards came out, that you are already intuitively feeling is a problem, is problematic. You're already noticing an energetic shift. And I wouldn't, like, this shouldn't be coming as a surprise to you. Like, I feel like for all of you who are watching this, this is just confirmation of something you already know, something that has been on your radar. Gosh. I'm really sorry, Pile 2. This is horrible. Let's go ahead and see what else wants to come through. Okay, we have go slow, take time to get to know each other. We have release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. What does Pile 2 need to know? We have friendship. This friendship is leading to more. And we have awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. So, to me, what I'm seeing is that so I'll give you my interpretation. Obviously, you should take what you interpret first as your, because you know your situation best. I don't know you. But with go slow, release, friendship, and awakening here, what this is telling me is that, like, like go slow to me is telling, like, it feels like a warning of like, you don't know this person the way you think you do, or you're realizing, you're awakening to who this person really is, and it might be beneficial to accept who they're showing you they are rather than their potential. Like I get this feeling with friendship here that this is more so like potential that's coming through rather than what actually is. Let's see if this person has anything they'd like to say. What would pile 2's person like to say to pile 2? I know that I crossed the line with you. We need to let each other go. What would they like? Oh, we have one more here. I love you unconditionally. What do they want to say? Sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. My life is not as together as it seems, and I want to tell you how I feel. So maybe there is an element of like wanting to release their guilt, but like this person's not ready to yet. Like they're still, with the Page of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles, like it's a very clear message to me that this person, what this person wants more than anything is to do what it is that they want, not do what is right. Let's go ahead and get you guys some advice. What advice is there for pile 2 when it comes to this connection? Okay, so we have Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. What advice is there for pile 2? We have Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Okay, pile 2. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you. Please don't ever, ever, ever forget that you are worthy of basic kindness and respect when it comes to your interactions with others. And you are worthy of what it is that you desire. You deserve to have a connection that brings you joy. And I'm sorry that this was the reading that I'm sorry that you're going through this. I truly am. Hopefully the next time I read for you, it'll be a much more positive reading. But until then, please know that I'm wishing you the best, pile 2. Bye. Hello, pile 3. So today's pick a card reading is looking into what it is that the person on your mind is wanting with you. And so to start, first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and look at what the connecting energy is in between the two of you in this connection, just so that I have a better understanding of what's going on, as well as so that you'll know whether or not this is in fact your reading. So to start, when it comes to the energy that's going on between the two of you, we have Cosmic Journey. We also have number 19, The Approach of Spring. Number 9, Fire Mother. Number 35, Gratitude. Number 16, All That Glitters. Number 67, Visions. And we have the Shapeshifter. Okay, so this feels very, very happy to me. I feel a lot of joy. I feel like a release of some kind, a release of past energies, a release of things that are no longer serving the two of you, and like new opportunities coming your way. I sense that there's been a perspective shift here between the two of you, where perhaps in the past, like you guys weren't being authentic with one another with all that glitters. Like there's a level of superficiality here, or of not necessarily being like changing yourself out of a certain fear of like perhaps being abandoned. And there's like this element of like the two of you being really authentic with each other, really being genuine, and not just showing each other the good parts. Like it feels like this connection has reached a stage in which you're no longer just getting to know each other and like worried about what the other one is going to think of one another. It feels like there's been a shift recently in which you both are realizing that this connection is much more important or much deeper than the superficial. And it's going through a rebirth of some kind. Like if there was anything in the past, like if there was conflict in the past or like a separation in the past, it seems like that's coming to a close, and the past pain has been released. There's an element with Cosmic Journey here of forgiveness, forgiving one another. And in forgiving one another, also seeing one another in a different light, and planning out your future together, or the both of you are really excited about this connection. And because you're so excited, you're daydreaming, you're manifesting. There's just this feeling of like the both of you really looking forward to the future and having a lot of ideas of where this connection can go. Yeah, it just feels like there's been a profound transformation lately, and like perhaps you're still in the middle of that transformation, but the winter is ending and there's new growth happening. Like it's very exciting. But if that resonates, let's go ahead and look into the tarot and see what comes through. What is it that pile 3's person desires with pile 3? What do they want? What do they want with pile 3? Okay. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Magician. What do they want with pile 3? Okay, we have the 9 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles. Why is the 7 of Swords here? We have the 9 of Cups. Why is the Magician here? We have the 4 of Cups. Why is the 9 of Swords here? Why is the 9 of Swords here? Okay, we have the 8 of Cups. Why is the 5 of Cups here? The Hanged Man. And then why is the 3 of Pentacles here? We have the 2 of Swords. Okay, and then on the back of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is interesting, and I can see how someone would like view this and be like, oh no. But the message that I'm getting is actually like a really positive message, in the sense of this person is like really looking at themselves and is wanting to hold themselves accountable for any of their own wounds, like past wounds, triggers, anything like that that could potentially damage this connection. It seems like there's definitely fear here. There's a fear here with the 7 of Swords and the 9 of Cups. The biggest message that I'm getting from this is that they have a really strong fear of losing sight of themselves, in the sense of losing sight of themselves in order to get what it is that they want. They want to have an authentic connection, and they want to be true to themselves in order to see where this connection heads, and they're like somewhat fearful that they could fall into old patterns where like the fear of abandonment or the fear of not being what the other person wants overrides their ability to maintain authenticity. And this is something that they really want to work on. The Nine of Pentacles being the bottom of the deck energy is telling me that this person really wants to show up in a confident way, in a secure way, a way in which they are so stable within themselves that your behavior or the way you perceive them, the way you receive them, is not something that can trigger them into an inauthentic state of self. I get the feeling the Four of Cups in this deck in particular, I feel is very different than a lot of the other Four of Cups. Like a lot of the time when I see the Four of Cups, I feel like apathetic, or like someone is missing out on something, or somebody is failing to see what's right in front of them. But here what I see is a person picking up cups and using what's in the cups to water something beyond themselves, to give something to another person beyond themselves. And I get the feeling that like they really want, when it comes to this connection, they really would like to be a partner that has something to give you. Like this person really wants to be in their power, really wants to be a good partner to you, and wants to show you that they have love to give. They are capable of giving to you. But like I sense with the Eight of Cups and the Nine of Swords that regardless of like how deeply they want to feel secure, right now they don't. And I think there's also like an aspect of this where they want to be the kind of person who is strong enough to walk away when something is no longer serving them. They're like I'm very much getting the energy of somebody who recognizes that they, the amount of work that they put into themselves will be of benefit to everyone. And I see it again with the Five of Cups and the Hanged Man. Like I get the feeling that they just want to be able to practice acceptance. There could be an element here too with like the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Swords of them perhaps being hyper independent, or feeling as though hyper independence might be like healthy, or like they are swinging from one extreme to the other when it comes to attachment or expectations of another person. But overall, like everything here is telling me that what this person wants with you is something in which they are like, they're very much focused on themselves and how they can become a better person for you. So perhaps in the past it was them who did damage in this connection, and now they are really needing to rebuild your trust or show you that they can in fact be not so selfish, or can show up for you in a way that you need, or in a way in which you deserve. But yeah, like the biggest thing that I'm getting is that what they want is to be worthy of this connection. Let's go ahead and see what else comes through. What else does pile 3 need to know about this connection? Okay, so we have here and now. Your true love is already part of your life. What does pile 3 need to know about this connection? We have healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. And I think that's like a really strong message that I was picking up here in terms of what it is that they want. They want to heal. They're worried. They don't want old wounds to spill over onto this connection. What do they need to know? What does pile 3 need to know about this connection? Okay, we have play hard, find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. What does pile 3 need to know about this connection? And we have spiritual lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Okay, let's see if they have any messages that they would like to share with you. What would pile 3's person like to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say? I want to feel that way again. I want you. I lost myself for a little while. Yeah, there's like an element here of them having not been entirely authentic in the past, and I think it was simply because they didn't have like the self-esteem to show up as themselves and truly believe that they would be accepted. For a lot of you, it could also be that this person lied to you in the past or was dishonest in some way. What is it that they want to say to pile 3? What is pile? Okay, I think these want to come out. We have, I left when I saw you with someone, and you and I were too young. Oh, and then on the bottom of the deck, we have, I am becoming a better person. All right, let's go ahead and get you guys some advice. What advice is there for pile 3 when it comes to their connection? We have service. I feel good when I can help others. What advice is there for pile 3 when it comes to this connection? We have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. What does pile 3 need to hear? What advice is there for pile 3? Oh, geez. Okay, well, we have, I'm just going to take these 2. We have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. And courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. All right, pile 3. Well, that's what I'm seeing for you today. I would love to hear about how this resonated, if it did, in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching pile 3, and I hope that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. Bye. Hello, pile 4. So today's pick a card reading is looking into what it is that they desire with you. And first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and look at what is going on energetically between the two of you, just so that I'll have a better understanding of what's going on, and you'll be able to tell whether or not this is in fact your pile. So, to start, we have alignment, and we have Land of Oz. We also have number 15, humility, number 30, TikTok, number 28, cosmic exploration, and we have the bridge. Okay. So, pile 4, it feels like you two are currently headed or are currently in uncharted territory of some kind. It seems like there is something brand new happening here, something or maybe not even brand new, but like progress is being made in this connection that can feel really scary when it's something that you've never done before, or when it's you going outside of your comfort zone. There's definitely an element here of like really big changes, a really strong growth, really powerful growth happening in this connection. With TikTok here, this could be a connection that has been a long time coming, or you two have been in union for a long time. But really, like with TikTok here, what I'm sensing is that like what's happening right now feels very fated, feels like it's the right place for you to be. Like this is exactly where you're both meant to be right now. And with humility here, I would say that like there's balance to this connection. Like although there are all of these wonderful feelings of like excitement and facing your fears and knowing that you two are in alignment with one another, feeling as though everything is meant to be, there's all of these wonderful feelings. There's also this element of like not having put your connection on a pedestal, or demanding more from your person or vice versa. Like it just feels very healthy and balanced, in which you haven't devalued the other relationships in your life or the other aspects of your life that are equally as beautiful and as important. Yeah, that's what I would say. With humility here, I just feel like this is like a very balanced and healthy connection that doesn't place emphasis or power or like give away your power to another person. And it seems like you two are moving forward into something that's really exciting. It's something that you really want, but it feels scary. But there's forward progress nonetheless. So if that resonates, let's go ahead and look into what it is that your person is desiring with you, what it is that they want. So what is it that pile 4's person wants with pile 4? Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles, the 6 of Swords. What is it that they want? We have Strength. We have the 10 of Cups. What is it that they want? We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. Why is the King of Pentacles here? We have the King of Wands. Why is the 6 of Swords here? We have the Hermit. Why is Strength here? We have the 7 of Wands. Why is the 10 of Cups here? We have the 5 of Swords. And then why is the Knight of Wands here? We have the Page of Pentacles. And then on the back of the deck, we have the Fool. Okay. So what does this person want with you? So I feel like recently, or just in life in general, over time, this person has really come to learn some really profound lessons, has come to some insights about themselves, about life, about what it means to love other people. And they now want to use the wisdom that they have gained. They now want to use, perhaps like if there's ever been space between the two of you, they want to use the time that they have spent in whatever way they've spent it during this period of introspection, and they want to use this wisdom in order to create peace, in order to transform this connection, to move forward in this connection in a really healthy way. The King of Pentacles and the King of Wands is telling me that they desire something long term, and I see it here with the 10 of Cups. The thing that came to my mind when the 5 of Swords came out with the 10 of Cups is that it was ride or die. They want to know that, like, they would do anything for you. They want to have a connection with you in which you two are each other's people. Like, you can depend on one another. You're like a force to be reckoned with. There's definitely this element of like a power couple, of like getting through life's obstacles together, doing what's best for the both of you, putting each other above your vices, perhaps. With the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, I sense that like this is something that they really want to have a long-term connection with, but also something that's very passionate. They don't want something, they know that when it comes to this connection, they're not going to have just like a cookie cutter kind of connection. They want something more than that. They want something in which like the two of you are manifesting together. The two of you are sharing and celebrating in one another's attraction for one another. And with the Fool here, they want to go all in. They want to face their fears. They feel as though this connection is worth facing their fears for, is worth taking the leap, is worth fighting for. They want you to know, they want to have a connection with you that feels worth fighting for, that feels worth protecting. They want something that feels sacred. They want to like honor the sacredness of what they feel in this connection. And like I get the feeling with the Page of Wands, or the Page of Pentacles and then the Knight of Wands, that there's this element of like them trying to be realistic about it, and them recognizing that like Rome wasn't built in a day, and recognizing that like they don't want to miss out on anything when it comes to this connection. They're happy and content with where things are currently, and they're looking forward to the growth that's going to happen, even if it's slow growth. They want to be present for it. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more information on what's going on. What is it that pile 3 needs to know about this connection? Okay, so we have fate, which is what I was talking about earlier. It feels like it's a fated connection. This is a destined partnership. Mastery, you've learned the spiritual lesson. And I get the feeling with this mastery card, this goes hand in hand with the Hermit and the Six of Swords. This person really feels as though they've learned a lot, and they're open to continuing to learn, but they want to take what they've learned, they want to take the insights that they've been given and transform this connection and gift you with peace in life, I guess. Okay, we have chemistry. This attraction you feel is mutual. And support. Lean on your inner circle during this time, which I think really solidifies the feeling I was getting of like that humility card, of recognizing that there are many connections that are sacred, that are special, that are important, that are of value, more or other than just romantic ones. And this to me is just like confirming that how the two of you are going about this, and like how the two of you are remaining in balance, is it's confirming that that's the right path for this connection currently. But obviously take what's resonating for you more so than you would what my interpretations of these cards are. Let's see what it is that your person would like to say to you. What does pile 4's person want to say to pile 4? Okay, sometimes I stay awake thinking about you. I love you unconditionally. We need to let each other go. And I know I was a distraction from your pain. This is really interesting. And I don't necessarily think that I would take these like word for word or as like literal as they're coming out. With we need to let each other go, one thing that I'm kind of picking up on is this like element of manifesting and of not putting so much dependency on one another. And I don't necessarily know if this is something that you need to do, rather than this is your person confirming that this is healthy. And with I know I was a distraction from your pain, this could be an insight that they have in fact realized about the past in this connection. But it seems like a past energy. It seems like something that you two are moving past, because everything that I'm picking up on since the very beginning of this reading has to do with progress, with forward movement. So I don't necessarily feel as though this card in particular has to do with current energies. Okay, let's go ahead and get you guys some advice. And of course, this could just be like a really specific message for one person. Okay, what advice is there for pile 4 when it comes to their connection? Okay, we have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. We also have purpose. I know what I am here to do. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Let's get one more. And we have imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. All right, pile 4. Well, this is what I'm seeing for you today. If this resonated, I would love to hear about how it did in the comment section down below. I do love reading all of your comments, especially when they're kind. So please feel free to share your insights or what's going on if you feel so inclined. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, so that I'll have the chance to read for you in another video soon. And know that I'm wishing you all the best, pile 4. Bye.